Hi. You're definitely here from the other two videos I made about, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. But I feel like with the meme culture still going on, I feel like I should take an honest approach to how I see this game, because I think this is actually kind of pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting that Nickelodeon would actually commission a fighting game of this magnitude now instead of doing it a few years later, or not really at all, or instead of back then. I don't know. I feel like now with Nickelodeon being so huge, they probably figured now's the time to make an actual legit fighting game like this one be a reality. Because Nickelodeon just has so many characters that they could literally bring out of obscurity to actually get in this game. I'm mostly just focusing on the characters right now, because this is kind of wild. It's kind of wild to think that Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy is actually in this game as a playable character. What kid today would know who Powdered Toast Man is? What kid would know who this is? They clearly haven't watched Ren and Stimpy at all, or who Oblina is from, or Oblina, or however you pronounce it, from Our Real Monsters, or heck, even Nigel Thornberry. I don't know, man. To us, the actual generation who grew up with Nickelodeon, and also to me, who mostly grew up on Nickelodeon, this is wild. This is actually kind of wild that this game is actually existing. Because when you really think about it, most of the Nickelodeon fighting games have been mostly just web games or flash games. They weren't really noticed, because they weren't really considered actual real games, or at least to most people. But this is a legit retail game that's coming out this fall to every single major system. This is coming out on PS4. This is coming out on last gen and current gen systems, and also PC, I think. So this is crazy. This is kind of crazy that this game is actually happening. Funny thing is that I've been envisioning a game like this happening at some point. Envisioning a Smash Brothers game like this one existing in the far recesses of my mind. And it's crazy to think about that this actually is existing. My weird fantasy is coming to life. An actual Smash game about Nickelodeon characters. And considering that Nickelodeon themselves, I think, are endorsing this game, or they've asked the Slap City devs to make this game, and them watching closely. I don't know what Nickelodeon themselves are doing, but if they're in charge of the characters, then okay, let's be real. Let's actually be real. So far, there have only been a fair few amount of characters actually confirmed here. Only a fair few amount of characters being confirmed here. You got two with the Ninja Turtles. You have Mikey and Leo. You have Lincoln Loud from Loud House, which, if none of y'all know what Loud House is, you haven't been watching as much Nickelodeon as I have. You got Sandy, you got Patrick and SpongeBob, Oblina, Nigel Thornberry, Lucy Loud, SpongeBob, like I said, Helga, and Reptar. I'm a Reptar main. I'm gonna be a Reptar main. This is an actual fighting game where you get to play as Reptar from the Rugrats. This is just wild to me. This is actually wild to me that this actually exists. Okay. And you also got, Invader Zim. You also have, Danny Phantom coming in there. So those are all the characters right now. So I don't envision this roster being like absolutely huge. I really don't think this roster is going to be like Smash worthy huge, because let's be real, Smash has like well over 80 characters, and whether this will be a good or a bad roster or a bad game is entirely up to, well, reviews and also word of mouth. But just the fact that this exists and the memes are going crazy, and from the looks of it, it looks fast. Like the actual game itself, it looks fast. It's got like, it has all the makings of what a Smash clone should be, like fast gameplay. Like this right here, this ain't even running at 60 frames per second. But this is, well, but I know the actual game is running at 60 frames per second, but it's just that I have to keep the video quality low because, you know, I don't have the CPU, you know, to run 60 FPS videos. Like, literally just from looking at these, this looks to be really, really fast-paced. Like, you see how Patrick moves here, right? You see how Patrick moves. Like, he's doing the drop kicks and the freaking Olympic fry cook games dive thing, which is actually kind of amazing. And, of course, you have SpongeBob doing his karate stuff and, you know, everything else. Like, see, look at that. Look at that. The fact that SpongeBob has, like, a tilt or an F smash, that's imagination. It's kind of brilliant. It's really kind of brilliant. I think it just shows, like, a little bit of effort was put into it in terms of making their movesets based on things they did in the show. Like Patrick with the single strawberry scoop with the chocolate dip and the imagination move and his jellyfish stuff. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of brilliant. And yeah, I just like the fact that this is looking to be like a really, really fast-paced Smash clone. Because the only other Smash clone I've ever played was PlayStation All-Stars. And that one, I actually kind of forget. I actually kind of forget whether or not that was fast or just medium fast or not. But this is like almost like Melee levels of fast that we're seeing here. And this is literally just straight up unapologetic Smash clone stuff. Like, you clearly see the dust trails as characters are flying off and getting smashed off the stage. And yeah, you can just clearly see that they're going for the unapologetic Smash clone stuff here. Like, I've noticed this too. Like, I've been told that this is an Invader Zim stage, but look at the layout. Look at the layout with the 3 platforms and everything. This is Battlefield. This is Smash Brothers. This is Battlefield right here. So, yeah, it's kind of unapologetic, but also kind of not subtle at all that this is going to be a Smash clone. And you know what? If it's fun, I'll do it. I definitely need to see more of the actual game first before I even think about picking it up. I definitely do need to see more of that. Definitely. And it's looking like the stage selection isn't really, you know, too bad either from the looks of things. Like, I think that's Glove World. Yeah, Glove World is a stage. Yeah, Glove World is a stage. And I've been told that this is a Avatar stage, it's looking like. So, possibly Avatar might make it. I don't know what the city stage is, but, you know, whatever. There's also, I believe there's also, yeah, right here. There's also the Technodrome, which is, I think, based off of the 2012. There's like a graveyard. There's Jellyfish Fields. And, yeah, and there's clearly the Loud House right there. So, yeah, it's definitely looking like this could be very much a Smash clone that's trying to be just as good, or maybe kind of a fun little Smash clone like I've been saying like a billion times already. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say here. Other than the fact that the gameplay looks fast. The roster is looking to be out there, but neat. Like, they really go with the obvious picks for the SpongeBob. For the SpongeBob characters, like SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy. Like, you expect them. But then you have out there picks like Powder Toastman, Nigel Thornberry, and Reptar. I think that's just out there, really. And yeah, Helga is really the only character who can box in Hey Arnold, obviously. I mean, other than like Harold or something. I think like Gerald could box too, but that's beside the point. I've also been told that they should really bring in like XJ9 or like the avatars, which I think they might actually be in there. Like this right here. Right here. I found the image. So, I've already taken a look at some of these things, and I don't know whether the box art is like intentionally silhouetting characters. They probably are intentionally, you know, silhouetting these characters, but that's definitely like Ren in the background right here. I don't know if this is supposed to be like the SpongeBob from Sponge Out of Water, but I've been told that Aang and Korra are on the box art too, and I think they're like over here. So I don't know. It's up to the devs to reveal them, but you know, we clearly see them on the box. So I think the avatars are supposed to be like right here. Aang and Korra, Ren and Stimpy are like here. So that could be a thing. Yeah, I mean, it might as well be a thing, because people want these characters to be in the game about fighting, and Korra and Aang, you know, fight, so why not? And also the tweet I'm looking at says some characters like Cat Dog also, yeah. Yeah, and oh yeah. I do kind of see Cat Dog a little bit too. Yeah, like right here. I think that's Dog's nose. So, yeah, I think Cat Dog might actually make it in, which that'd be really good. That'd be awesome if they made it in there, which they probably will. And speaking of characters, do you want to know what I think should be noted? Okay, so I'm on IGN's little page right now. And look at the franchises. Nickelodeon and Nick Jr. Yep, yeah, Nickelodeon and Nick Jr. well, Nickelodeon obviously, but Nick Jr. could possibly be represented here too, which is insane. Like the fighting game I envisioned also included, like, Nick Jr. characters for some reason. If Nick Jr. characters are going to make it in here, if they are going to make it in this game, then I have a few ideas. Because I know my Nick Jr. lore. We're going to have Face, which is the Chad host of Nick Jr. in there. We're going to have Blue from Blue's Clues in there, obviously. If we're going for an Ice-Climbers type deal, then it could be like Blue or one of the, and also either Steve, Josh, or Steve, Josh, or Joe as the other fighter in the Blue/host combo. We're gonna have Wonder Pets in there, obviously. We're going to have, you know, the guinea pig, the duck thing, the whatever. Yeah, let's put in Team Umizoomi in there. We're going to have Millie, Geo, and Bot in there. In one episode of Bubble Guppies, there was Gil and Molly are superheroes, so let's put them in there. We're going to put in, obviously, since Paw Patrol is like really big right now and they're coming out with a movie, let's just put in Ryder and Chase in there, because why not? Yes, believe me, I watched Nick Jr. all my life. And if we're going to do Dora the Explorer characters in there, last off, we're obviously going to have movie Dora, because regular Dora can't box. And as a counter to Diddy Kong, we're going to have Boots in there. But not the movie Boots, but we're going with the animated Boots. The actual animated Boots. Because, let's face it, Boots is Diddy Kong. It's confirmed. It's actually confirmed. So yeah, those were the characters I would personally put in there. Let's get weird. Let's get obscure all up in here. So let's just do it. Let's just go all in with this roster. They definitely won't go all in with this roster. Let's be real. Either the game is going to be really good, is going to be at least decent, or kind of bad. Or at the very most, just good. I mean, in terms of platform fighters or Smash clones. The fact that this exists is just kind of a treasure. And probably my favorite meme of 2021. It's like the leak from a few days ago was real, and now the meme is real. Things I'm looking forward to are the roster and how the game actually plays. Also the fact that rollback netcode is a thing in this game is just way too bizarre and wild to me. See, now this is the list on Wikipedia that has all games running on rollback network. Whether it's a mod or it's an actual game, it matters not, because when games like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl have it, and yet on this list, you don't see games like Smash Ultimate, Tekken 7, or Dragon Ball FighterZ, or is Blaze Blue also in this list? No. Yeah, Blaze Blue doesn't have it. Or, yeah, I was about to say, like, does Guilty Gear have it now? And it says, yeah. So, yeah, so when Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl has it, and no other big budget fighting game aside from Mortal Kombat 11 and Street Fighter V have it, that's just kind of sad. Because as we all know, rollback netcode, especially in these times, are really important for fighting games. So again, the fact that this has it is just really stupid. Okay, well, not really stupid, but impressive. But the fact that bigger games don't have it just really sucks. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely have to see more of this game before I even consider picking it up, but color me very interested, because they try to make the movesets, at least on SpongeBob and Patrick, kind of like the show, and the fact that we can play as Nigel Thornberry and Reptar and Powdered Toast Man is bizarre, and I love it, and I really love it. I'm a Reptar main. So yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'm kind of looking forward to more info on this. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this, seeing where this goes. So anyway, I don't expect much. Like, let's be real, I don't expect much out of All-Star Brawl, but we'll see where it goes. If they go all in, that's great. If they don't, then oh well. But again, we'll see. So yeah, those were my honest thoughts. It wasn't really organized at all, but, you know, yeah, those were my thoughts. I'm curious. I'm very curious to see where this will all go. So anyway, bye.